Hi friends, it's Sunday, September 21st, 2014. Lynn and Jamie here, continuing our assignment. Today is Jamie's birthday, and we are taking our last long drive, continuing it, down the East Coast, observing as we go. There's a significant amount of damage in this part of the world that has not yet occurred but is imminent, because of all of the attacks of all the people who just don't want to live their soul plans. I don't want to do it. That attitude and attacking the plan, perhaps not consciously, but very meaningfully. Victim, someone, it's an inspector kind of person.
I see that.
Matter-of-factly saying, well, here's the kind of damage you have. You know what it reminds me of is a car repair technician saying, okay, I've looked over your vehicle, and here's what's going on.
Yeah.
You have these things that need to be replaced. They're just worn out because of rough roads.
Yeah, it looks like the tires, the worn down tires.
Tires and its other parts that just because of the rattling of the rough road, they've got beat up, and they're loose and not working very well anymore. And then there's this other thing that's actually a big problem, but maybe you don't want to pay for it, maybe it costs too much, maybe it takes too long, kind of thing, for you to repair. I have the feeling that we're going to need to do that.
Yes.
Right? However, let's get these little things done first.
Yes.
Right? But there's a dinky little plastic part.
That's true.
These are the weak links in the divine plan, that's for sure, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm going to take it as my working theory. I'm one of those little dinky plastic parts.
Oh, me too, me too, me too.
So, merging with all the little dinky plastic parts, right? Now, let's start to tune us to step into our greatness, to fulfill our destinies, which is to be this post-titanium alloy space-aging metal that stands up to anything, right?
Right.
It's another way of saying be our souls, right? Be our higher souls expressed from the perspective of soul, right? Ooh. It's like when they show us Pinocchio becoming a real boy, right?
Yeah.
These little dinky plastic parts. Be our soul, right? Actually, be our souls. Embody our souls. Wow, and be them all the time.
The plastic parts look like they're transforming, like bippity boppity boop.
Now it's like our tires are out of alignment from hitting the rough road. And so getting the tires aligned for us, the divine plan. We're part of the divine plan. All of us, all beings without exception, are part of the divine plan. The divine plan is made up of our individual soul plans. So we're all, by definition, a part of the plan. So merging with the fullness of the plan, aligning our tires, just pointing straight ahead, not off to the left, not off to the right, straight ahead on our soul plans. That's what they're saying. Our tires get out of alignment and we start to veer off our soul plans in one direction or another.
That's true.
Some of us quite severely. So getting the tires aligned, they need balancing. So bringing balance to life, and we get too hung up in the physical dimension aspects of life. Start just addressing issues. Me too, me too, me too, me too. Who among us doesn't do this, right?
Oh, me too, me too, me too.
And don't tend our energy bodies, right?
Right.
And or we go off into floaty, flaky fantasy, completely ungrounded in reality in our energy work. Focusing on the 3D world, that's it. Ignoring the subtle world, yes. Or having their subtle energy work completely ungrounded in reality by not providing a physical dimension 3D barometer. Right?
That's true.
By not saying, use my life, show me what's going on. So, you can use my life, you can show me what's going on with the divine plan. You can use my body, show me with my body how things are going. know. I want to know. Now, this guy is walking around this pit. It's interesting. It looks like a pit inside a car engine. He's saying that you're going to have to deal with this. You're going to have to deal with this, and soon.
Sooner is better than later.
Sooner is a lot better than later. It's gotten so big from neglect. This has gotten big from neglect. It was a little thing. Perhaps the plan included the necessity of a little thing, but it's gotten huge from neglect. Well, this is how it is for all of us sentient beings, right?
Right.
We tend to ignore the little problems and put it off, and the problems don't go away.
Right, and they get bigger.
They get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and now the plan itself has this phenomenon going on. It makes sense. Microcosm, macrocosm. It does make sense. So of course, the overall plan itself is experiencing this problem, yes?
Yes.
Putting off the problem until it's a big problem.
That big part just needs to be taken to pieces.
Or maybe replaced.
Maybe replaced.
Let's just take this big part
Yeah.
out. Can we get a new one? And it looks like, you know how cars these days, it's just pre-assembled stuff.
Right.
Everything is sealed. You can't really see inside of it. But this whole big thing is damaged.
Yeah.
We don't fix the big things. That's what the point is. In car repair these days, often you don't take it apart and fix it. You take the part out, throw it away, and get a replacement part. And now asking for a new one. Here comes someone trundling it out, and they're afraid to put it in. So what this reminds me of is with heart transplant patients, when they are very ill with their heart failure, the lungs get stressed, and then the new heart can be stressed. It can be hard on the new heart to go into that body because the old heart wasn't doing its job.
Right.
And that's the feeling, that this part has been broken down for long enough that now the rest of the system is stressed.
Right.
And it's going to be hard for any replacement piece to step into it. It just is. And so this, it looks like an orderly trundling out, kind of like a baby piece.
Yeah.
Is concerned that this is not a good idea for its charge. It's in charge of this.
Right.
Piece
But it
of
will be overwhelming.
It will be overwhelming. You guys have let this get into such bad shape that this may be overwhelming for this replacement part. Well, channel stop, what to do? Well, the old part is broken and it has to go.
Yeah, it has to go.
To me, it looks like the new part is not fully grown.
Right, still kind of a baby.
It's still kind of a baby. But we're out of time. We're out of time. One thing we could do is ask for the timekeepers to help this baby grow. And the timekeepers are here, and Hermione's time turner.
I see that.
Asking the timekeepers to help this baby grow. Now I see it's not a baby anymore. They show me what we're headed for is like an adult, 18-year-old, young adult. So roughly how old does that baby look now?
Maybe 10?
Maybe 10, I agree, maybe 10. We're stalled out at about 10. Okay, so what do I know? Well, 10 is at the age of reason, and so the divine plan supervisors can make it happen for the child until free will kicks in.
Right.
But now it's up to the child, right? The child has to choose. So we can just explain the rules of the game to the child.
Right.
So this is your job. This is your part of the plan. You have this purpose to handle this situation for the universe. And the situation requires that you be an adult in order to be able to do it without undue stress to you. You could choose to grow up quickly. This timekeeper over here can help you with that. Or you can choose to step into the role and experience the strain, trying to do an adult's job as a 10-year-old.
Right.
You signed this paperwork. This is your job. You don't have any other jobs, and no one else has this job. This is your job. Here's your paperwork. Is this your signature?
Yes.
So this is your job. These are the choices. Do you want the timekeeper to help you grow up really fast? Or do you want to get started now? Or do you want to sit there and wait for it to get even harder before you get going? Those are the only choices. By staying a baby, this baby has chosen to stay a baby. This 10-year-old chose to stay a baby for a really long time.
That's true.
Causing the problem to get much harder and more overwhelming than it needed to be. It didn't need to be a big deal.
Right, it was just a replacement.
It was just a little thing. But it's a big deal now. It's a big deal now. By not stepping up at the appropriate time, now we have a big problem.
I feel like I don't want to do it.
Well, you're just making it worse for yourself. It's not our job to bring in the backup plans.
That's true.
That is never our work.
That is true.
Wiser minds, higher pay scales, arrange the backup plans. We help facilitate the plan that they hand to us. They decide, we put the oomph into it.
That is true. That is true. And I'm seeing the mechanics like wiping their hands off with towels and trundling that baby child away. And the car itself doesn't seem to have a very good attitude about it. The car seems to be
grumpy.
Grumpy, saying it's all that first piece's fault for failing, and the little baby piece's part for not stepping up, and it's everybody's fault but mine, and I have been wronged. Do you see it? It's
yes,
like it's wiping its headlights. Yeah.
I see the same thing.
Well, I don't think that that's true.
No, we all have responsibility.
Right.
We all have a part to play. We all have a part to play.
It feels like the car is saying, it's not my job. It is.
So, well, did we just pull a it's not my job stunt?
That could be.
It's possible. Okay, so let's head in the direction of perhaps it is our job to pull out this part.
Right.
And find a replacement. Let's just see if we can find a replacement first. So now I feel like I'm in the mechanic shop.
Yeah, like there's shelves and shelves.
Yes. How precise of a fit does it need to be? Because I can see that we're on the right shelf. If it were a body, this would be a liver.
Right.
And these are all the livers. So what is a liver? A liver is a detoxifying organ. It cleanses toxins. So we're looking for something that cleanses toxins. That's right.
That's right.
Okay. So we see how this one cleanses toxins. That's a better model.
That is a much better model. It's sleeker.
Let's get that one.
Yeah.
It can do a better job. Okay. It just screws right in. It's bigger. It's
shiny.
It's shiny. It's slightly different shape.
The car still seems to have a pretty bad attitude about it, but it's clearly better. And it works.
And asking the guides, is this what we're supposed to do? Guides for the universe, guides for the plan. I get a thumbs up.
Yeah, lock it in. And now it feels like we can turn on the car and
flush out the engine.
Yeah, flush
the
it
engine
out.
now needs to be flushed.
Yeah.
And whatever that means. I'm assuming this means truth, right?
That feels like truth. Well, it feels like that gunk is moving.
It's moving, but it needs to be flushed out.
Yeah.
Test run. Who's supposed to drive it? Let's find a guide. I don't want to drive it. And now just press the pedal. That's our job. We press the pedal. Provide the power. Oof. We're done for now. Done for now. It feels better. Will this car drive on down the road? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. But
I'm not sure the road is in good condition either.
the road is in terrible condition, but it feels like we're done for now.
Yeah, it does.
This car needs to come to some conclusions about whether or not it wants to be outfitted with tires appropriate for that road.
Right.
That's the next thing. It's like it isn't ready. By delaying and delaying and delaying, the road has now gotten so
bad
rough that we need special tires.